people think of the Victorian era, they think people back then simply didn't have the time to have fun. Almost every picture that exists from that period shows people sitting in callous poses, with no hint of a smile on their face. This is because one had to sit still for over 15 minutes in order to have their picture taken. Unsurprisingly fun, people existed back then too, and we have pictures to prove it. We have gathered 50 photos that show Victorian people knew how to have fun. Before we show them to you, make sure you subscribe and leave a comment telling us your favorite joke from the Victorian era. Here are the 50 pictures. Lovers in a photo booth. These two lovers can't seem to keep it together while having their pictures taken in a photo booth. Pulling faces. This woman from the late 1800s looks as if she was mocking the photographer. Standing on the ground is too mainstream. This is a photo showing 3 French citizens fooling around on a fence. Care for some tea? Have you ever been served tea by a woman carrying the cup on her bosom? This woman looks like she had quite a lot of fun doing it. The nose. This Victorian woman seems like she enjoyed playing with her nose. Time for a bath. A photo taken in the late 1800s showing 4 women messing around with a man. The farewell. This man seems too happy about his mother-in-law leaving. Apple bobbing. 4 women playing a game of apple bobbing. Dance practice. 2 women practicing their ballet skills while smiling for the camera. Interrupted lovers. These 2 lovers who are in the middle of something don't seem too happy about someone interrupting them. Don't say a word. The woman probably hid something that belonged to the man and is telling the little girl not to tell him anything. Wedding bells. A newly married couple having a pillow fight. The Tsar. This is one photo from a series of photos of Tsar Nicholas II and his family fooling around. This photo was taken in 1899. The old switcheroo. This couple exchanged their clothes for this photo. 2 women at the beach. 2 Victorian women having a smoke and messing around at the beach. They clearly knew how to have fun. The cakewalk. Could this have been the inspiration for Michael Jackson's Thriller? The cakewalk was a popular dance during the Victorian era. Frozen. 2 Victorian women having fun while making a snowman. They even made her a corset. Family photo. Photos with family can be awkward, but this one clearly isn't. 3 stupid faces. Another photo of the Tsar and his other members of the royal family pulling faces and just goofing around. Big lips. An unknown woman from Russia posing for the camera in a very unusual way. A family of cross-dressers. It can be seen in the photo that some family members switched their clothes. Fun day at the beach. 4 women, possibly dancers, having their picture taken in a strange formation. A gentleman and a lady. Judging from the smile on that woman's face, the guy probably knew how to flirt. One face isn't enough. Another photo of 6 people having their picture taken in an unusual manner. The 3 sisters. These 3 women seem to be doing the shame gesture with their hands, or maybe they're showing off their rings. The Queen herself. Many people seem to think Queen Victoria was a stern woman and didn't smile much. This photo clearly says otherwise. Nurses. A group photo of some nurses. It's unclear if the one on the right is fixing her button or making a heart. Frolicking. 2 women having fun at the beach while a man in the back photobombs them. Could this be the first instance of photobombing? Another Victorian pulling a face. It almost looks like a duck face that is so popular nowadays. Either way, it's evident Victorian people really liked pulling faces. Smiling sisters. These sisters look really happy while having their picture taken. Hats. These kids exchanged their hats for the photo, and they can't seem to stop smiling because of it. Cross-dressers from Yale. Students of Yale University having fun with cross-dressing. The jumping woman. For many Victorian women, it was difficult to walk comfortably because of the tight corsets. But this woman didn't seem to care, a bit too amused. This man, who looks a bit like a Victorian Mr. Bean, looks really excited for having his picture taken. Lovers at the beach. These 2 look like they're deeply in love. The Austro-German psychiatrist. This man is known to be one of the first people who wrote a book on homosexuality. She brought the tomatoes. A family who doesn't seem too happy about having their food served with tomatoes. Getting photobombed by a cat. See anything odd in this photo? If you look closely, you'll notice there's a kitten on the hand of the woman. Victorians and their pets. A smiling Victorian woman with her smiling dog. Folding screen. A photo of 6 women just fooling around behind a folding screen. A bonding moment. A woman helping her mother pose for the camera. Woman in armor. A photo of a woman clad in armor playfully stabbing her husband. Wax statue. A woman having her picture taken with a scary wax statue. Convincing the lady. Clearly this man isn't good at flirting, since the woman doesn't look too amused. Opera night. A photo of a husband lovingly holding her in his arms before they visit the opera. Corsets. A man helping his wife put on her corset. 2 mushrooms and a clown. These 3 oddballs were probably part of a circus. Freak show. 2 more oddballs that worked in the circus. A happy kid. This kid has food stuck to the side of his lips, but he doesn't seem too bothered by it. Birthday hat. Hats were important in the Victorian era, but the funny pointy hat that this guy is wearing was probably not very common. Perhaps he was celebrating his birthday? Well, now that you know that Victorians weren't as prude and serious as people make them out to be, which photo did you like the most? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to share this video with your friends.